So first, Bennies, learn to define success very broadly. I am 40 years old and I just paid off my Ford Escape. The day that I did, I called my dad. And even though I am 40, he was still very proud that I finally owned my car. That's important because I guarantee that 95% of you will not have come anywhere near achieving what you have conjured up in your minds as the threshold for success in the next year. You will sign leases for the first time and pay your own rent. You will interview for jobs and you will get one. You will have to meet so many new people, make new friends, and adjust to new environments. And you have to look at each one of those as a success, and honestly, a very important achievement. Success should be defined as getting up every day, doing your best, being financially independent, and learning from every experience that is taking you where you're going. Second, trust your gut. When I got to New York after leaving Madison, I lost my way big time. I was working in the World Trade Center and surrounded by bankers and brokers and kids my age in this thing called the training program that financial houses like Chase, Lehman, and Bear Stearns all had, where college graduates came in and rotated through different departments. I decided that's what I should do. Goodbye, dreams of public service. Hello, Vin Diesel in the boiler room. I applied to be a trading desk assistant in international paper trading at Lehman Brothers. I went through 14 rounds of interviews. I had minored in French and Japanese in college, which apparently was very attractive. Finally, I made it to the last interview and had been assured the job was all but mine. $28,000 a year plus overtime. When Francis X. Gilhooly, I remember his name, asked me why I wanted to work at Lehman, I went totally blank. I stared at him and then I said, I don't. And I didn't. A year later, I went up to Boston and I saw Senator John Kerry give a speech. I was so excited by it that I wrote his intern coordinator a letter. It was bordering on Jerry Maguire manifesto. And I asked them to please give me a chance. That's actually what I said, truly. Please give me a chance. And they did. I was offered $19,000 to be an office assistant, to answer phones, do press clips, which again, not to remind you how much luckier you are now than I was then, but doing clips was a much harder task before the internet. It involved cutting, gluing, shrinking, copying, and faxing. But I was going to be an amazing gopher. I did the math and realized I'd be broke and got a babysitting job 2 nights a week and had the time of my life. I knew taking a pay cut and moving to a new city was a risk, but I knew it was as right for me as I knew working at Lehman Brothers, which no longer exists, was wrong for me. Third, always be yourself. Pay attention here. I have never been successful in an endeavor when I tried to be anybody but me. Some truths. I'm a very casual person, both in conversation and in dress, and I'm most productive when I'm comfortable. An upside now of working at a millennial media company, I can assure you there is no dress code advice. And if I feel like wearing leggings and Birkenstocks, no one will tell me otherwise. Don't hide what you like, let your freak flag fly. What makes you different makes you you, and that's what makes you interesting. Fourth, don't forget friendship, kindness, and humanity along the way. I hope this story doesn't depress you, because today is certainly not the day for that, but I can't help myself because it's very personal and I wanted to share it with you. At the White House, we were a family, dysfunctional at times, but a family nonetheless. My team was tight-knit. We tried to support each other in every way possible. We had been around the world together. We had been witnesses to the fallout of tragedies like Newtown, the shootings in Aurora, and seen the devastation firsthand from Hurricane Sandy, the Joplin tornadoes, and every flood and wildfire of the past 8 years. A few years ago, one of the team was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer. He had already left the White House and was living out west. He went through rounds of treatments and he was in remission, but the cancer came back and he was able to get a stem cell transplant. But we got word in August that his body was fighting the transplant and he didn't have much time. The day I heard the news, I bought a ticket to Houston to see him at MD Anderson. But it wasn't just me who did. Within 24 hours of that email, 40 of us from the White House had shown up. And within 48 hours, 70 of us had shown up. He spent his last days with us, his friends, our memories, some beer and barbecue. Seeing that all these people I had brought together in the White House were so bonded that they flew from around the country and around the world to be together as a family during this time, I view as one of my very greatest accomplishments, a team built to last well beyond the 18 acres of the White House campus. Be kind, make the effort, always be thoughtful. Fifth, take risks. When David Plouffe was my boss on the Obama campaign, he would always say that if we weren't on the high wire, we were losing. And when I look back over the last years, every real achievement in my life came from taking a risk. And here's the truth, the worst you can do is fail. Big deal. Failing is just a reason to try something new. Embrace it. Never stop trying and never stop failing. And here is my last one. And this one's real. Invest in a good pair of black shoes and red lipstick. With that, you can go anywhere, anytime. And actually, there's one more. Put your iPhones down and shut off social media once in a while. Make sure you live in the moment as much as you can. And let me say this. There is nothing about where I was 18 years ago that would have led me to believe that I'd be delivering a commencement address ever, let alone to an accomplished and dynamic group like you. So it's from the bottom of my heart that I say today is one of the most humbling and important days of my life. I hope you take in every moment of the next few days and months. I hope you are so proud of what you have accomplished. I hope that you all stay in touch and that when you hit the bumps, you are there to remind each other that it'll be okay, because it will. I know during your freshman orientation, you lit candles to represent letting your light shine during your 4 years here at St. Ben's. Take that with you. When you are feeling uneasy, light that candle and think about how far you've come since your freshman year. Good luck, class of 2016. You will be great.